Coming up on this week's episode, AAR announces Eagle AMT Fellowship, also L3Harris To Train Pilots for Newest Iceland Airline, and SportPlane Resource Guide finally underway. Welcome to Airborne-Flight Training, your one-stop shop for all things flight training from student pilots, professional pilots, and anyone interested in the aviation community. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Kimberly Kay. In an effort to grow the necessary talent for aviation's ever-growing maintenance demands, Rock Valley College in Rockford, Illinois, will soon offer a fellowship program for students building their careers. Partnering with AAR, they created the fellowship to offer a cash award to be granted to 10 students and recipients who work a minimum of 2 years with AAR. The funds can be used to cover the cost of tuition, fees, materials, and are annually renewable for those students in good standing. AAR's fellowship has a focus on the 5 core values it says make up the Eagle: ethics, airworthiness, greatness, leadership, and engagement. Fellows must meet specific requirements, such as being a prospective student of Rocky Valley College enrolled in the Aviation Maintenance Program and plan to work at AAR's Rockford MRO location upon attending their graduation. The Eagle Career Pathway Program creates a streamlined, organized route for high school to AAR and beyond, offering programs in secondary education, skill bridges for military members, sheet metal programs, and new A&P program offerings for students throughout their training. After the break, for those of you hoping to fly your drones at night, we have some good news. I'll explain after the break.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Well, hello, fellow pilot. I'm John Kay.
And I'm Martha King.
You know, we've all had our flying lives disrupted lately.
Well, King Schools is here to help you stay up to date with courses that you can access on your desktop, iPad, or iPhone. If you'd like a refresher or just want to expand your aviation horizons, we have a course for you.
So head over to kingschools.com/rusty today for details.
If it looks good, it usually flies good. The Bristol series of aircraft is proof of that. Furthering their legacy of safety and efficiency, Bristol is proud to feature the Rotax 915 IS Turbo in the current lineup of aircraft. The 915 IS Turbo power plant offers more power than ever before in a light sport aircraft. Learn more about Bristol at www.sportflyingusa.com.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the flight training industry, we're going to be summarizing some shorter stories in this brief segment we call Around the Patch. Night authorization available for Part 107 drone pilots. The capabilities of licensed drone operators are taking another leap forward with the news that the FAA is allowing for night operations via the LANS authorization process, which continues to mature. Drone pilots with current Part 107 remote pilot certificates may now obtain near real-time authorizations to fly at night through FAA-approved providers of LANS services. LANS is an automated system for drone pilots requesting to fly below 400 feet in controlled airspace often found around airports. Drone pilots need FAA approval prior to flying in controlled airspace. Textron sells 20 Skyhawks to Long-Haul Flight School. Sichuan Long-Haul Flight Training Co. Limited or Long-Haul Flight Training School signed a purchase agreement for 20 Cessna Skyhawk piston aircraft to be delivered throughout 2022. The school will use them for primary flight training in southwest and central China as they expand their training scale to meet the immense need for domestic pilots. Licensed pilots' numbers have consistently increased since the General Office of the State Council announced efforts to accelerate the training and development of pilots. Fighter jets deployed following USMA Cessna entering restricted New York City airspace. Talk about a bad lesson. A small plane flown by a U.S. Army soldier was escorted out of restricted airspace last week by U.S. fighter jets over New York City after violating temporary flight restrictions that were put in place for the duration of the United Nations General Assembly. The U.S. Army instructor pilot flew a Cessna 182 that was owned by the U.S. Military Academy at West Point, momentarily into the TFR area over the Hudson River. Colorado UAS demo set to open Roundup Conference. The Central Colorado UAS Club has announced the 9th Roundup Conference set for October 17th at the Buena Vista Drone Flying Park, open to the public and completely free. Demonstrations of many different drones will include club partners Wingtra, the Multicopter Warehouse, Chaffee County Search and Rescue Teams, and more. The park will also host its first sanctioned multi-GP drone race. Weather permitting, demonstrations are planned to begin at noon and continue into the evening, with special announcements and presentations. Well, that does it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's return to the rest of the news. L3Harris To Train Pilots for Newest Iceland Airline. Play Airlines is a new low-cost carrier operating flights between Iceland and Europe. They have selected L3Harris for their training needs using the suite of Airbus A320 simulators at its London training center. The airline's fleet consists of 3 Airbus A321 NEOs leased from AerCap, with more to come. Future fleet expansions will include Airbus A320s, an A321 NX narrow-body with additional leases from GECAS to be delivered between fall of 2022 and spring 2023. Play serves 10 locations across 7 countries in Europe and intends to begin North American operations by spring 2022. Young and hungry, the company completed its first operational month in August and has continued to grow, recently hiring 100 more flight attendants, doubling its number of employees. Captain Haldor Gunnfinnsson, Play's director of training, added, "As an ambitious airline, it is essential we have the highest quality training to support our pilots. That is why we are excited to be able to work with L3Harris's best-in-class simulators. The success of this agreement is important to us as we begin to grow our operations. This agreement is another win for L3Harris Training Services, who have continued to position themselves as experts in the Airbus A320 simulator niche." After these messages, SportPlane Resource Guide finally underway. Details after the break.
At Diamond Aircraft, innovation is in our DNA. Whether you're taking to the skies for training or business travel, every aircraft in Diamond's lineup features innovative technology, an industry-leading safety record, superior performance and efficiency, and a comfortable flying experience. No other company has pioneered as many aviation firsts, achieved more milestones, or received the same amount of industry praise as Diamond. Discover why Diamond Aircraft is one of the most trusted manufacturers in aviation at diamondaircraft.com.
Aviation Safety Resources is disrupting the market for aircraft emergency parachute recovery systems. ASR systems are smaller, lighter weight, and offer longer repack cycles than similar products available in the current market. ASR has a recovery system available for every type of aircraft: sport, experimental, light sport, general aviation, urban air mobility, vertical takeoff and landing, electric propulsion, and unmanned aerial systems. Find the right product for your aircraft at aviationsafetyresources.com.
The Zephyr is what you have always wanted. A highly capable 2-seat turbine-powered helicopter with great ramp appeal, 100-mile-per-hour cruise speed, 172 nautical mile range, and to top it all off, a first-of-its-kind emergency airframe parachute system. The Curdy Design Zephyr, unique, advanced, innovative, and highly capable. Your ultimate freedom machine is available now at zephyr.eu.
Welcome back. SportPlane Resource Guide finally underway. For those of you who enjoy flying and want to know more about the different types of aircrafts and what each one has to offer, the ultimate resource for all of this in the past has been our SportPlane Resource Guide, a massive book that has guided tens of thousands of flyers and influenced the purchase of thousands of aircraft. It contained dozens of how-to chapters and directories to hundreds of aircrafts, engines, avionics, and other accessories, and a whole lot more. The last one was about 1,100 pages and weighed about 6 pounds. The next edition will be all digital, and we're truly excited at the amount of multimedia and digital tools we'll be bringing forth this time around. The SportPlane Resource Guide is in the works, and as soon as it is available, we'll let you know how to get your own digital copy. For more information and to track the progress, go to the website you see on your screen, and make sure to check it out regularly. That does it for our show today. I'm your host, Kimberly Kay. You can catch episodes of Airborne on Roku and Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne in the directory, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Thanks for watching.